Hello and welcome back to our weekly slot. And this week we have called it Social Media Fuckwits. To be quite honest, it's been one of those weeks. And actually, Max, we haven't spoken really, have we? We've spoken on WhatsApp, but we haven't really spoken since you were last here in my humble abode. So how are you?
And I'm looking now and thinking, I was sitting there.
So how have your 2 weeks been? It's been ages.
Oh, it's actually been really nice. So coming back from yours on the Sunday was hilarious because you've given me directions on the tube, but it's a whole different ballgame when you get there. But I managed to find it. The problem with the tube is you have to walk so far to get to one. And there are so many people, and because they know where they're going, they just sort of mill around, and it's constantly escalated stairs. Anyway, I managed to get on the tube to hear an announcement there was disruption on many of the lines because of Remembrance Sunday and some work they were doing. So I thought, it doesn't matter, mine's going, I'm in the right direction. So where I would normally get off that one and get on the next one was closed. That was the disruption. But because I knew where I needed to end up, I thought, I'll find it. So I toddled off with my case and my backpack and I was fine. Looked at the map and thought, right, we'll try that one. And I did end up having to walk quite a way. But then there was no one on that tube. There's just two of us standing there. So we got on that, went down the one stop. But then it was like 13:12 and my train was 13:22. Obviously, 22, that had to come into it. And I desperately needed a bottle of water because I'd been eating those nuts on the train coming up, so I desperately needed a drink. So I'm racing up, dragging my case along. Ticket wouldn't work, obviously. Found a Greggs, found this bottle of water for, I don't know, £1.40. I just threw £2. I said, here, have it, keep the change, I got to go. So I got up to the platform at 13:19. And it said, big sign, we will lock the gates 2 minutes before it sets off. So I'd got 1 minute. If I'd have missed that, the next one was something like 10:04. I didn't want to stay hanging around for another hour and a half. Oh. Anyway, the guards were like milling around talking. So I went, excuse me, I really don't want to lose my temper, but can you let me through? He said, oh, don't worry, love. There's no rush. You take your time. And this other family were behind me who were like really, like advert for Mr. Softmix. Yeah, chill out, man. We're not in a rush. And I'm thinking that train's going to go and I'm just going to be waving to it. Anyway, I got on. I don't know whether the family behind me made it because literally the minute I got on, the doors closed and it started moving. So I don't think they would have made it. And then I just kept walking through all the carriages until I found a seat. Luckily, a couple was sitting at a table, both together rather than opposite, so I could squash on. And then a lady got on with the dog. And the dog decided it was going to jump on the seat and sit next to me. And it was the cutest little dog. Aww. And she went, oh, I'm sorry, she's not normally like that. I said, I've had dogs all weekend, my love. She's fine. You leave her there. So I had a little chat with this beautiful dog who was so well behaved.
Aww.
So I got back in plenty of time. It was quite good.
Nice.
There was no delays then, yeah. But it was just a bit of a rush because of the Remembrance Sunday and the roadworks. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have got there in plenty of time.
It was a bit of an adventure for you though, right? Because you've never done the tube before, have you?
No. And obviously when you put me on the tube, when we got on the tube to go, I wasn't really taking that much notice because we were talking and there was just, and it was like this, crisscross everywhere. And because you knew what you were doing, I went, oh, that's fine, I'll just write it down.
Yeah.
Which I had done. But once you get there and you've gone on the first one on your own, you know where you're going. It's just when you first look at that map.
How to get there.
Yeah. So now, if I had to go on the tube, I'd find it.
Good. Oh, that's really good. Well done, see? Right outside of your comfort zone and you smashed it.
Completely. Yeah, completely out of my comfort zone. But I knew it didn't matter.
No.
If I couldn't find it, I would, because there were nobody there to help you. You see those people milling around. I couldn't find a single person.
Of course.
So that was obviously a little message saying, right, Maxine, look yourself. Find it yourself.
Up your game, my love.
Yeah. So I did up my game, yes, and got it.
So how good was that food on the Saturday night?
Oh, God.
I mean, the food was good all weekend, right? But how good was that food?
Oh, it was the waitress who was saying, whenever we mentioned something on the menu, she went, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's lovely. And I don't think I've ever been to a restaurant where the waitress is that enthusiastic about their own food.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Oh
so
God,
I've suggested to I went out for dinner with some of my girlfriends on Friday just gone, and I've suggested that we go there, and I was like, honestly, Maxine and I had the best time ever. The food was
brilliant,
stunning,
and you could always pop in the pub next door, couldn't you? I actually took a picture of the pub outside to put in my memory book.
Well, there was certainly some attractive men in the pub, wasn't there?
That was funny. That was just, I mean, we walked in thinking we would just have one drink just while waiting and then pop along to the restaurant. And I think we had to drag ourselves out to go for some food.
That little devil on our shoulders, so taken over, couldn't it?
The good old days of when we went, stuff the food, we'll have a kebab on the way home. It nearly came to that.
It really nearly did. It really nearly. I'm getting hot thinking about like what we got up to that night, Maxine. The best.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. So obviously you got back safely. You got back in plenty of time. The house was still okay. Nobody had burnt it down, or
everything was fine. I got back to a really nice pea and potato curry that Sophie had made me.
Oh,
and that was talking about the peas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They should have made you a curry. I said, oh, brilliant, because I'm starving. I've only had these nuts and a little orange and a banana. And it was lovely. And she'd done all the washing. Everyone was tidy. So literally, it was bath and bed.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Which you probably needed after our really long walks and all of the food and all of
the but the walks were amazing. I'll never, ever forget the Saturday. I mean, what with 4 hours walking, and I still wanted to carry on going.
Yeah. It was
that beautiful.
I mean, you literally could just go out in the summer, you could go out on a Friday, like evening, stay out there somewhere and walk all day Saturday and never cover the same ground, right?
Yeah, that was it. It didn't matter where we went, there was just a beautiful view of everything. And the people we met along the way.
Do you know, Max, I was driving to a shop earlier today and I really had to stop and I didn't literally stop my car, but I was just giving gratitude the whole time because it's so beautiful here.
Yeah, it is. Even looking out your window on Sunday and seeing the military.
Yeah.
Everything. There was something happened every few minutes. Yeah. There was never a dull moment.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh, it really was.
Beautiful. I feel so privileged that I live here. I don't even know how I found this area, but obviously God wanted me here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so
but the thing is, it's the surrounding areas as well. There's just something everywhere. I mean, we did do quite a few.
Yeah.
Because obviously we went shopping as well.
Yeah. And I didn't take you to my stables, which is a really beautiful place.
Yeah.
10 minutes from where I am, you know. And I think you'd really love it down there. So next time you come down, we'll have to go there because it's so beautiful. It's just,
and next time you won't have to meet me because I manage the tubes on my own.
Exactly. But then chances are Dons will be like, if you're coming down again, we've got to have lunch again. So definitely. So talk to me. Did you go to badminton?
Yes, so I went to badminton on Tuesday. Our heavy-footed man wasn't there, as we were told when we got there. She said, would you like courts 1 or 2? So I said, well, we normally have 1. She said, because there's nobody on 2. And I said, well, we normally, and I didn't click. I said, well, we normally have 1 because it's right at the end, so we'll have 1. And she said, no, you're booking for next week. I said, oh, yeah. She said, would you like court 1 or 2 next week? So I said, well, I don't know, you don't normally ask till I get here. I said, well, we'll have 1 again. Anyway, Helen started laughing. And I didn't realise till we got in, she said, the men aren't coming. So I said, oh, great. We've got 1 and 2 then. Because obviously nobody else was coming. So no, they didn't turn up. But it was great because there was no distraction. So we played solidly for an hour.
Good.
And I actually felt like I had a really good workout, you know, because after the weekend I wanted to carry on.
Yeah.
But on the Monday, after I got back, because I was staying around here, I have to drive to somewhere really picturesque to walk.
Yeah.
And on the Sunday, I just had a quick catch up on Facebook, and a friend had put a picture of somewhere not far from here, which was similar with the leaves and everything.
Yeah.
So Monday morning, I got up early and toddled off and found it. I mean, it's not very long, but I just went for a walk around there. It was brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, obviously, it's sort of probably only about 20 minutes, but it started off my week.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter. Doesn't matter. It's not
no,
about the you know, the expansiveness of it all. It's about getting it done. It's about
yeah.
getting out there and just breathing in the fresh air and just being present with all this beautiful nature. You know, it's semantics. Everybody gets so caught up with the semantics. Oh, it's not going to be enough or whatever, that they talk themselves out of doing it. So good on
Well,
you for doing that.
when you walk down, obviously you've got the trees on both sides, the beautiful leaves. You walk down, so it's about probably 10 minutes, and it's just like that. And then it goes off to a park, which is closed because of, you know. And then if you go to the left, you end up back on the main road, but it's quite a nice route. There's not loads of cars, it's like a bridge, which I've lived here, you know, most of my life, apart from my time in Sheffield. And I never knew that was there.
Wow, how
Yeah.
beautiful is that?
I mean, I knew there was a bridge there, but I've only ever driven over it.
Yeah, of course.
Never been under it or had a look at it.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. I've been a few times since.
Oh, good for you. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good, because I know how much you really enjoyed our walk. That's
Oh, God, yeah.
we did about 20,000 steps, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful.
Yes, it was.
So,
Yeah.
what's been going on in the post office? Have you been busy?
So not the first part of the week. That was pretty quiet. So from Thursday, started to get busier.
Yeah.
But people were coming in saying, "Oh, thank God you're back." I said, "I was off 2 days, Friday and Saturday." "Oh, I know, but you're never off, are you?" I said, "Well, no, to be fair, I don't take days off." "Oh, well, you know, it wasn't the same that, although your boss, although that guy did try." I said, "That guy owns it. I just work here." "Oh, I thought you owned it." Now, these people have been coming in for, you know, 2 years. And I said, "No, he owns it. He just doesn't do a lot." Anyway, when I walked in Monday morning, he was stocking up shelves, which he hasn't done in 2 years. I get in the morning, it's empty, and I go, "You still haven't done it. I'm going to fall out with you." Yeah, he was stocking up shelves. Now, he knew I was coming in at 9 o'clock, so I think he started doing it 2 minutes before I got there to make it look good. And then on the Tuesday, he did the same. So I said, "Look, you can stop acting now, because I know you've sat there since you opened doing nothing. And then 2 minutes before I arrive, you've started stocking up." Went, "Oh, you've caught me." "Yeah, I did." So at least he admitted it. But yes, so now we're starting to get busy with the Christmas stamps.
Yeah.
And people are quite jolly, I've noticed, in the last week.
Yeah.
I haven't had any, you know, they're all starting to look forward to Christmas.
Yeah.
Which is earlier than normal, because normally they're moaning, "Oh, I'm not starting it yet."
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot more Christmas decorations up early.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I feel that we've been primed here in the UK for it. I don't know how you feel, Max, but where I am, obviously you've been here, like everyone made such a big deal over Halloween. I've never seen that before. Now it's Christmas. Literally, I'm running in the morning and I'm like, bloody hell, Christmas like is in 2 days kind of thing, because it's so buoyant out there. But also I had to pop to the shop earlier, like I mentioned a short time ago, and it was heaving. And I said to the woman, "Is this the start of Christmas now?" And she said, "Yeah, do you know what? I think it is."
Blimey.
I was shocked, Maxine. It was so busy.
I mean, I can understand why people come into the post office, because they want to get things off early because of the delays.
Of course.
But I didn't, I mean, our shopping centre here was evacuated on Saturday due to a gas leak. Yeah.
I heard about that.
But the strange thing was, they evacuated the shops, but the poor people who live in the flats above weren't allowed to come out. Yeah, I mean, so all the whole traffic came to a standstill. Buses had to be diverted. You name it. I don't know what really happened.
Why were they not allowed out?
I don't know.
Surely you'd evacuate everyone, wouldn't you?
Well, you know, people with children live in those places, but they just got everybody out of the shops, closed all the shops, and left these poor people looking out the windows. Yeah, I would have got out.
Yeah, me too. There's no way I would have stayed in there. It's interesting, because there was like a scare of some sort in Manchester as well, wasn't there?
We had Manchester, Bolton, Croydon. There've been about 4 last week.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Straight after Liverpool, which was on Sunday while I was on route back.
Absolutely, yeah, of course. You know, it's.
But you have predicted all these bomb scares so many times.
Sorry?
You have predicted all these bomb scares so many times.
I know. One day people.
But we thought there'd just be one, not 5 in a week.
No. Do you not remember the number I gave you?
Yeah. Got it written down.
There's more than 5 to come, my love.
Yes, there's a few more. Which is why when I saw that our shopping centre was closed, I went, "Oh God, there we go, 6. Tick, tick, keep going."
Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting what's taking place around the world at the moment. It really is. So have you heard anything from Copper Chris or anybody like that?
No, haven't seen him at all. I haven't seen him for a while now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He hasn't been in, and it's not like I've changed my hours, but I don't know whether he's still changed his, you see. But I haven't seen his girlfriend because I haven't been walking that way. Because obviously I've been going in the morning. I used to finish work and then walk that way, and that's when I'd steer. So I might actually do that this week.
Yeah.
Start going out walk that way.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
Strange hasn't been in. I mean, unless he hasn't got anything to tell me, but that's highly unlikely because he usually has loads.
There's so much going on at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
He's doing different shifts, or maybe he's out of town, maybe he's been seconded somewhere. You just don't know, do you? It's really interesting. So, anything else that's happened this week, babe?
No.
No. Okay.
Not that I'm willing to discuss on here.
Oh, Maxine!
No, nothing interesting at all. No builder guys been in. No good looking guys, but I haven't really looked this week. I've actually just been enjoying people coming in the shop, and we've had a right laugh, and
nice.
It's been lovely to be back at work, to be fair. I only had 2 days off, but it was nice to go back and just everybody to be coming in and seeing me.
Yeah.
So we've had some good conversations.
Like a mini holiday, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's nice. So since I last saw you, it's been extremely busy. As you know, I had to go to a specialist appointment on Wednesday. So I was due to be doing a very important video with on Divine Masculine, and I had to cancel that, which I know my followers are going to be mortified about. They're going to be very upset, but it is what it is. You know, I had to go and see a specialist, and I know that you know all about that. And he was lovely. Such a nice man, Australian. You know, I saw the big world thing that I've never seen before in London, just before as well, and I was like, okay, this is quite interesting. And then I had a soul path attunement.
Oh, nice.
Week, which was really interesting. I'm going to do a separate video on that in total, Max, but you'll be like, your jaw will just hit the ground. It's just me. Literally, it's me to a T. And even the blocks that he brought up and stuff, I was like, gosh, yes, because he said to me before we started, he was like, Lucy, some of this will resonate and you'll get it, some of it you'll be like, no, and that means it's probably going to come in the future. And all the way through I was like, yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. Oh my gosh, yes, that's me. And he was
he must have been thrilled.
Yeah, and he was like, I've never known anybody be so excited about it. But it's so interesting because I don't need the validation. I know what I'm here to do. I know where I'm going with my life. The reason I decided to do it was, first and foremost, I was feeling nosy. One of my girlfriends suggested it, and I was like, oh, I've never heard of that before. I want to see what that's like. And secondly, the intention that I set just before I actually did the session with him was clearing this path in regard to my twin flame.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen, go and check out the twin flame video that I released today, Monday, the 22nd of November. I released it at 2 p.m. Trust me, you might want to go and watch that. Maybe before that, go and watch the old twin flame videos that I've done, because that will give the old perspective. This is a whole new perspective, which is very, very interesting. And then, Max, I have been a busy girl. I've been out Friday night. I've been out Saturday night. And it's just been like, I went horse riding yesterday. It's been amazing. But you're going to laugh at this. So, you know, personally, because I've been explaining it to you, but I've been doing a lot of work about releasing the attachment of the twin and stuff like that. You know, I've been doing that for some months now. And Friday, literally, I walk into this bar. I go with my friend to the bar, and then I'm like, should I go and grab that booze? She's like, yeah. So I went and grabbed the booze. Within about 30 seconds, 60 seconds maximum of me sitting down, there's a guy stood next to me. He's like, you are gorgeous. You are absolutely stunning, you are. And I was like, who the fuck are you? You know, and Laura, my girlfriend, was looking at me, and she's like, who the fuck is that?
This happens so many times.
She was like, how can you know someone here? You don't even live here. And it was just hilarious.
You have to, honestly, people watching this happens so much. never ever will I forget Brighton where the zombies came. But I saw it, so that's twice now. So when I went down to stay with you, they were there, and the whole atmosphere, I sat down and nobody moved. Nobody changed what they were doing. Lucy's over the other side of the pub. I took a quick snap of the bar. Still no, it was like they were all fast asleep. And then you came in, coat up and sat down, and it was like clockwork. Oh, we're waking up now then, are we? Hello. And everybody's smiling at us. And I'm sort of holding my glass going, right, okay, so this is how it works. Now I know how Donna felt all that time. Donna had time to redo her makeup and her hair before Lucy came back because nobody saw you. It was like nothing was happening.
It's so fascinating. Honestly, I feel like I'm in a bit of a TARDIS sometimes.
Oh, it's funny. It's just, honestly, I should have videoed it because it would have shown just how boring everybody was until you sat down and they literally just, you know, wakey. It's like a cartoon.
It's my energy field, right?
Yeah.
Because I work on it. Well, this is what I believe. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's my cute tush and my beautiful smile.
Well, I think that might have had something to do with it on the Saturday.
Yeah. I believe it's my energy field. I really do. And I feel it just, because it's quite expansive, it just gives people a little tap, time to wake up.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah. Your turn, wakey.
Yeah.
Because it was like it went in motion. Yeah. And then we had a quick conversation, and when I turned around, there were more people there that I hadn't even seen come in.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we weren't that deeply engrossed in conversation because they had to come past us to get in.
Yeah.
And then you look again, and there's loads more.
Yeah.
It was very strange, but very nice.
Yeah, so I had that Friday and Saturday of this week, but Saturday I kind of expected it. I'll be honest with you, because I was going out in a little bit more revealing than I've ever worn in my life, probably. She says that's not true, but certainly at my age now, I went out a little bit more revealing. And yeah, it's just been fun, you know. But the reason I've called this social media fuckwits today, every time I say that I'm going to giggle, is because this is a question for the men out there. We're going to start with the boys initially, because I have neglected you somewhat, and I do apologise for that. And that Divine Masculine video will come soon, I promise you. Men, if you are single and you are on dating apps, have you noticed that a lot of women on the dating apps are looking for you to basically just follow them? They don't really want to chat to you. They're basically like, here's my Instagram, follow me, and the rest is history kind of thing. Because I've been on dating apps recently, and I keep seeing this phrase: if you're looking for Instagram followers, swipe left. Or if you're looking for Instagram followers, don't match, or like whatever language they use, I don't know, whatever language. And I kept thinking to myself, seriously? Like, seriously? Do people really do that? Anyway, I'm chatting away to Maxine about this before. She's going to share a story in a minute that made her think people were social media fuckwits. And then what happened with me, obviously, as we always do, ladies and gents, you know, if you think about something, you call it in. So I actually matched with an extremely, extremely handsome man, and we were chatting for a bit and stuff. And he said to me, here's my group. Like, why don't you come in there and let's see how we can collaborate? And I was like, okay, maybe it's a slight different thing. But I was a bit like, people really do that shit.
Yeah.
I would never. I mean, maybe I should. Hey, everyone, my group's called Self Love Club with Lucy Davis on Facebook. Come and join us. Let's wake everybody up. Maybe I should take that approach, but I don't think it's appropriate.
No.
When has everybody become such social media whores?
Oh, I think it's been going on quite a while. We just seem to have skimmed past it.
Really?
Yeah. Because obviously I've had a few on Facebook who started a conversation. Obviously I had network marketing, so I still had the chat, but they always wanted me to go and follow them.
Yeah.
To get the things up. But and to be fair, when I first joined network marketing, I would follow them. I would go on, I had a friend, you know, on Facebook, isn't it? Because I didn't do Instagram then. And then I realised that that's all they wanted it for. because I didn't get a chat afterwards.
No.
Once I'd added myself as a friend, I didn't get another chat. They didn't come back to say thanks.
Yeah.
You know, ended, because that's all they wanted. They wanted the numbers up.
Yeah, see, obviously, I mean, I've been out of network marketing a long time now, Max, like you have. But even when I was doing network marketing, I don't feel as if I had that shallow.
No.
I'm really interested in humans. Like, humans interest me so much. I mean, that's what I do for a living. As long story short, I observe human behaviors and I help people step through their own human behaviors, like broken down at a very high level. But I don't want to be friends with people on social media that I can't engage in a conversation with. And actually, do you know what? I'm going to call myself out on it. I've been a social media fuckwit, because there is somebody that I really connect with, yet I've never messaged them and spoken to them. So do you know what I'm going to do after this? I'm going to message them and have a chat, because otherwise I'm being a social media fuckwit, right? So Maxine, share your story, because your story was funny.
So I'm on Instagram. And this guy started following me. So I was still doing network marketing, so probably end of last year. You know, love the products. I put a picture of me on, although I very rarely put products on, but I used to put daft pictures of me. And he commented, and I thought he seemed okay, you know, so we're messaging to and fro. But I didn't follow him, because it was just a conversation on my post, and I left it at that.
Yeah. But
then he said, he sent me a message asking me, you know, was I single? Which I said yes. He was single but with a child. You know, he was sole carer. I didn't ask where the wife was, because I knew she was probably sitting on the bloody chair next to him while he was typing this, because all the buggers say the same: single father, doctor, pilot, you name it. Anyway, this guy was none of those, but he was a single parent. And he said, you know, I run a huge company. I'm always looking for people. You know, if you want to check it. Oh, and the next conversation was, he got this brand new office. Maybe if you want to come over and stay, me and my daughter would love to have you. America, obviously. So, to which I was going to say, yeah, okay, I'll hop on a plane now. What time can I get there? Give us your address, mate. And then he said, and then I'll show you the new office. And he sent me a picture, and it was just a glass building, which it clearly wasn't his office. And then he said, if you go onto my Instagram page, you'll be able to see it all, which I didn't do. And he sent me another couple of messages. Pop yourself onto my Instagram. Go, if you follow me, you'll be able to see all the pictures. Then you'll see what I'm talking about, and you'll really enjoy it when you get here. But I didn't follow him, and then I just ignored his messages after that.
And then what happened with your friend?
Which one's that one?
Before you said that somebody said to you that they had exactly the same thing happen.
Oh God, yeah. So I was talking to a friend of mine, saying, you know, this fuckwit with this office building, and she said, oh, the glass building. She said, oh yeah, he's the same one that messaged me and invited her over. And we actually said, I said, I wish I'd have kept the photos, because I deleted them, the photos he'd sent me. But I reckon they were probably two different children, because it wasn't really his dog. Didn't have one. He probably had a dog or a cat.
Or
and
no
the house
one.
He lived in.
He's just some little weirdo sat behind the computer.
Probably
social media
look like that. I'm going to see if I
can
find him. I'm going to see if I can still find him. He must somewhere in my history somewhere, because it was so funny.
Ladies and gents, we have got to get off of social media. We have got to disconnect from technology, she says, doing a video on technology on social media. Yes, I'm a hypocrite. Yes, I am a hypocrite. We'd make it work. We'd figure it out. I actually feel, and Maxine, I don't know about you, I actually shared this on my Instagram live video this morning, maybe not into the detail that I'm going to go into here, but I actually feel, do you remember all those years ago I said consciousness is going to split?
Yeah,
and that's the vision I got, which is why I always say it. At the time, I was shown the planet, and then consciousness would do this. Okay, so, and I've been talking about that, what, 4 years?
That's really funny, because that's deja vu. I saw it's a very similar picture to that a few days ago. Not that somebody posted on here, I just had an image of that. Were you doing that?
Yeah. And how many years is it that I've been saying that? 4 years?
Oh God, at least 4.
If not longer. So I actually feel that we are at that tipping point now. And then the two options are going to be, you either pick technology or you pick nature. Now, what's really interesting is I have resisted and resisted and resisted getting a new laptop and a new phone. I don't know
Oh God, your phone, yeah.
I
I
have
remember your
resisted
phone was literally
and resisted.
never worked, but you wouldn't
and,
get one.
No, and resisted, right? And my girlfriend, who works for a very well-known make of phone and laptops, she keeps saying to me, Lucy, for God's sake, just order it. But it's almost like I know that something new is coming. I don't know that, but it's almost like my soul knows that, and I'm just a bit like me, you know, maybe I'll learn the lesson the hard way with this. I tend to educate myself really quite difficultly sometimes. So I feel the people that are going to pick the technology, the ones that can't help regurgitating, you know, like we were talking about earlier, regurgitating the same old shit over and over and over. And apologies for swearing so much. I'll put a disclaimer on this. There's a few swear words. I mean, they should know by the title, right? But hey ho, maybe I'll asterisk the U out on the old F-bomb. Who knows? Probably not. So I feel that the people that are going to go down the technology route, they're going to really, really get engrossed in it, like real wade into it, whilst the other people that gravitate towards the nature and going back to communities and really learning how to rebuild and regrow and energy exchanges, I feel they're going to be the two splits. Now, some people will be sat there going, I can't imagine not living without technology, but do you know what? We will figure it out. We will remember, and we will rebuild, you know, but much more clean, much more effective way of doing that. So that's where I feel that we are at the moment. Now, the thing with the technology is you cannot keep technology alive. AI, what's it based on? Humans, on humankind. So how will AI survive if human is dismantled in that area? Like that's the principle that we need to be looking at here. For me personally, and I had a right old rant earlier, Max, didn't I, to you? I did. I had a proper rant. For me personally, it's about stepping out of the systems. I've been saying this again for many years. It's about this period of time. I think I probably first said it in 2018, if not 2017. We've got to collapse the systems. We've got to break.
If you can step out of one, that's all you got to tell yourself. Just step out of one, because then you'll start to step out of others.
All of them.
You'll realise that by stepping out of that one, you're not suffering.
No.
You're actually starting to feel better. Then just step out of another one. We're not saying go out there now and cause a rampage in the middle of the street saying, I am not paying my council tax for 10 years. Yeah. We just mean do one little thing at a time.
And that's what I feel. I'm doing a lot of stuff privately behind the scenes. One day I'll share it with you guys, but I'm not going to share it now. It's just not appropriate, and certainly not.
There's some people who obviously may listen to you but don't feel as brave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's a lot to take in after all these years of programming.
Yeah.
But just start with one. Even if you can just start with one and then build up. Honestly, you'll feel so liberated.
The thing is, one step that you can take is getting off one of your social media platforms. So, for example, I announced on Sunday, the 21st of November, that I'm no longer going to be doing Sunday service live.
Yeah.
And that's me. My attempt at starting to step away from this system that I put myself in, having to be time constrained to a certain time every single week. It's an old paradigm. I don't want to be in that anymore. YouTube, as you guys know, they block me because I don't monetize my channel. So I've lost followers this week, you know, and maybe people are pissed off with my messages. Maybe they don't want to hear it. And that's fine, by the way. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. But it's weird that they keep like fluctuating like this. It's almost like they're being removed because, like Instagram used to.
You notice some people are getting new viewers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quite a large amount of new viewers. Yeah.
This is because they're monetized and because they've got all of that kind of stuff going on behind the scenes as well. There's many. And that side of things doesn't trouble me, right? I'm not here for followers. I'm here to make an impact and change your life. It's as simple as that. So for me personally, if you are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Telegram and all of those, think to yourself, right, what can I do to disassociate from maybe one of these? Myself personally, I've removed myself from, I would say, 90% of the groups that I was in. on Telegram. I've done it. It was just noisy. It was too much. And I've been educating my conscious conversation community on that for a long time. Disassociate yourself. Like I had a follower watching my Sunday service yesterday, and she was like, oh, I'm so confused with all the noise that's going on. And I'm like, so why are you watching it? If you're confused, why are you watching it? And it is a choice.
Missing out.
We must own it. It's a choice that we are making. You know, we must own our choices. I chose to be in a really busy, hectic Telegram setting. I now choose not to do that. I chose to do a weekly Sunday service so that you guys consistently knew where I was going to show up when I lost Facebook. Now I'm stepping away from that, not freaking interested in it. I'm going to show up when I show up. And if that works for you guys, brilliant. But I'm not going to be held. I want to come on here when I'm inspired. And this is the start
instead of finding, because you have to do it at that time, you have to find things to talk about sometimes, even though once the flow starts, obviously you'll get messages that will come through. But that's another thing, time restraint. Yeah. We've had so much of it all our lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know if you ever heard it, Max, but in my Conscious Conversations community, I actually channeled a message around time. It was profound. It was profound about breaking it down and about how, timing is an illusion and stuff. And it was just such a beautiful message, you know, and I would rather really right now, because I'm not censored through my membership programs, I'd rather focus my attention there.
Yeah.
I want to be able to speak freely, you know, without worrying that I'm upsetting somebody or, you know, but it's just like, for me personally, I'm stepping towards breaking down the systems.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm doing a lot behind the scenes with other stuff that I'm not prepared to share right now. And I'll never share it on this platform because it will probably get me in a lot of trouble. But there is other stuff that I'm doing. That's the action I'm taking. I'm getting shit done. I'm sorting my life out. I'm sorting out, you know, trust me, once I've done mine, I'm going to start on my family's. Like, that's what I am here to do. You know, so we need to start making an effort to get ourselves out of the systems that we've put ourselves in. Don't bitch and whinge about the systems if you're living in them because you're too scared to get out of them. I get it. This is a really freaking scary period of time that we're living in. But we've got to take some sort of action. The other things that we're doing, it's not stopping anything. It's not taking anything away. So let's start taking real, literal action now.
For ourselves.
Exactly, babe. Yeah. And like we say, if you're finding people social media fuckwits, which is what we were talking about, remove yourself from the situation.
Yeah.
If people are being dicks, remove yourself from the situation.
I didn't have my phone from Saturday at 3:00 until I popped on it for about 2 minutes yesterday, obviously to message you.
Yeah.
And I didn't have it again until 10:00 last night.
Yeah.
And it was so peaceful because I had Connor. I sat here reading because I've started reading Enid Blyton books again, you know, children's books. Yeah. At the moment, I'm reading Mallory Towers, which is the boarding school girls. And then I've got 3 Famous 5 books to read, and it's brilliant. But Connor's quite happy to sit with me while I'm reading and he's playing on his game. Or we got this little like blow up paddling pool, little tiny one, and you make creatures in it.
Nice.
But it's like a jellified thing. It's not water. Yeah. So we had fun with that. But I was present completely all the time from Saturday afternoon until yesterday, without any technology.
Yeah, even if you think back, which is really interesting, Maxine, because when I woke up on Saturday morning, for about 6 hours, I just focused on me. I literally just went on one. I did loads of breath work. I did loads of meditation. I channeled a load of information. I went to the gym for 2 hours. I did all my literally, I was like, it was almost like I needed to put a little blanket around myself on Saturday morning. And that's what I want to do more of, which is why I've cancelled Sunday service. I would like to be able to, on a Sunday morning, wake up and think I don't need to rush to do anything. You know? Yeah,
because it is a bit of a rush for you to go for the walk, get back and be ready. Yeah, because obviously we did it.
Because you've seen it now.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, even last weekend when you were down here, we were very rarely on our phones, weren't we?
Hardly went on my talk. I think the only thing I went on mine for was to check the time.
Yeah.
And to take pictures.
Yeah.
because I took loads of pictures of the lake and all surrounding areas.
Yeah. I think we've done with the blue sky now, though.
Yeah. And then I think, were we on it? Oh, I wasn't on it at all Saturday afternoon.
No, or because we were
Saturday night. No, we were having too much fun to be on it.
Yeah, we were so present.
And even when I got on the train to come back, I didn't bother with my phone. No. It just stayed in my bag. Yeah, just didn't bother at all.
And this is what feels right.
Yeah, it did. It really did. And I could look out the window and watch what was going on instead of being like this. What's happening? I didn't care what was happening.
Right. Yeah, it really feels right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm really tempted to get a burner phone.
Oh, you sound like something of a detective show.
Maybe I
am. A burner I watched Touch of Frost in 1992. I know what happens.
I'm tempted though, just so that I can just, no matter what happens, I can just contact people.
Yeah.
Because all of these phones, smartphones, smart meters, smart motorways, smart everything, it's got to go.
Yeah.
That's how they're hooking us up.
Yeah, without a doubt. The whole smart meters thing, they're just turning up and putting them in and people are going, yeah, come in, love, you're all right.
Well, it's interesting.
I checked mine, I didn't have one.
You did?
No.
Okay. It's interesting you raised that because I'm actually going to approach my landlord. I'm just building up the courage to call up my landlord and say, hey, that smart meter? Do you mind if I get it replaced? Obviously, I'll pay for it. You don't need to put your hand in your pocket, but do you mind if I change it?
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
I think he's slightly awake, isn't he, your landlord?
He's pretty reasonable. I think he will. But who knows, babe? Who knows?
Yeah.
But the EMFs are really, really, really strong coming off of those things, and I don't need that around me.
No, God, no. No, because your place is beautiful.
Yeah.
When you walk in the door, that's what you want to feel. You don't want to feel all that stuff.
No, and I'm sensitive to that. And it, you know, because you've been here, but my mum, anybody that comes in here, they're like, this place just feels really special. And it's because I've done so much work on the energy, and I've got portals and vortexes and all sorts of beautiful things that are doing what they need to do, spinning, and I don't want EMFs pumping, so I'm actually going to switch it off at the fuse board. Because I'm naughty, and then I'm going to basically pitch it to him. I just need to build up the confidence. Honestly, I'm so open and I'm so communicative, but I don't want him to say no, so I'm just like putting it off. And I thought today in my car, I was like, I just need to call him, and then I'm like, oh God, Lucy, grow a pair, like just get the conversation done, like just get it done. So I'm going to do it tomorrow because I've got a busy day today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to just call him and be like, hey, this is what's happening. I hope you're good with that. Bye-bye.
I think he's just going to say yes. I think he's in awe of you.
Actually, well, I've got a couple of views. He's either going to be like, yeah, of course, do what you want, because I know he wants me to stay here because he really likes me being here, and we share quite a lot of stuff. And we get on really, really well. But then on the flip side of that, I'm wondering if he's thinking, why does she want that smart meter out? Like, what is she?
I think he'll ask. I think he'll say yes, but I do think he'll want more information on it.
And then I'll say, let me do it, and then I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can give me a year's rent free.
Yes, that'd be good.
So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully by next week I'll be able to say to you, yay, my smart meter's being removed. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah. It needs to come out. But yes, I checked when I got home. So that made me think when that lady came round and was faffing about outside.
Yeah.
But no, apparently we had got a gas leak from next door, and they were checking out. So she just tightened up one of the pipes. But no, we haven't got one. Good. Because it has to be inside your home anyway, doesn't it?
Yes, because then they get access to your home.
Yeah, you see, we haven't got that. Ours is out in the shed.
Yeah.
We've got a concrete shed outside, and all ours is outside.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Right, ladies and gents, social media fuckwits is done. Because Maxine looks like she's going to bed now.
It was so dark, so quick. For the nights over there.
And that's why I was like, right, we'll end this now. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching. We hope that you found this useful and given you a few good giggles, if nothing else. Maxine?
And let us know about any fuckwits you know.
Yeah, do comment about fuckwits. Please do comment about fuckwits.
Especially the one I met with the glass office.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if loads of people have had that?
And they all come up with him. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. He invited all of us. Let's all go.
Yeah, we could go on a party. Yay, we could go on a girly trip or something. Right, ladies and gents, thank you again for watching. Maxine, thank you for your time this afternoon. We love you long time. See you guys soon.